For centuries, the accounting profession centered on the physical ledger, a trade built on manual record-keeping, where every transaction was written by hand. The first digital shift replaced those physical books with desktop computers and floppy disks. The data moved onto screens, but the software remained localized, trapped on individual machines. Eventually, those isolated computers connected to the cloud, giving rise to ERP systems, integrated platforms that manage an entire corporation's finances from a central hub. Despite these migrations from paper to cloud, the core labor remained consistent. Human beings were still the ones staring at documents and typing the numbers into the system. Artificial intelligence operates as an active, tireless worker behind the scenes, constantly processing and evaluating incoming financial data the very moment it arrives. If software can execute the foundational duties of an accountant in milliseconds, it raises a difficult question: what happens to the profession? The current wave of algorithms is specifically targeting the mechanical friction of the industry, the repetitive data entry that eats up hours of a workday. By stripping away that tedious inputting process, the technology pushes the accountant toward higher-level roles. It moves the human element away from the keyboard and toward business strategy. To see how this works, we can track the micro-journey of a single raw invoice entering a modern platform like MISA. The moment the file is uploaded, the software uses optical character recognition, which reads text from images, and natural language processing to scan the document. These tools extract the data instantly, replacing human typing. The system then analyzes the user's historical habits. It takes that extracted data and automatically routes it into the correct debits and credits, categorizing the expense based on past behavior. At the same time, the platform runs a background risk assessment. It takes the vendor's tax ID and cross-references it with government databases in real time. If it detects that the vendor is legally compromised or has ceased operations, the system throws a red flag to block the transaction. This entire cycle of extraction, routing, and legal verification happens in roughly 3 seconds. AI has proven it can handle the physical entry and validation of data. This speed scales across all the mundane functions of a business. Tools like smart bank reconciliation match thousands of incoming payments to their corresponding invoices in seconds. In the background, anomaly detection algorithms sweep the ledgers for duplicate invoices or unusual spending patterns, operating without human intervention. This chart shows how predictive analytics uses that historical data to look ahead. By plotting past cycles, the software can forecast future cash flow bottlenecks well before a company runs out of money. The software executes these calculations and detects patterns with absolute precision. But calculation is not the same thing as a real-world business decision. Freed from manual data entry, accountants are finding their primary responsibilities moving toward forward-looking strategy. Instead of asking what the numbers are, they have to decipher why they changed. They are becoming data analysts, using those automated reports to guide expansion and optimize capital. They also act as risk appraisers and system managers. When an algorithm throws a red flag, a human must verify it, using their experience to design the overarching rules that the system obeys. By absorbing the mathematics, the technology creates a vacuum in the business process, an open space that only human judgment and critical thinking can fill. Future-proofing a career in this environment requires a shift in education. It means moving towards management accounting and pursuing specialized certifications like a CMA or CPA. It also requires a command of visual data tools like Power BI to translate automated spreadsheets into insights that the rest of the company can understand. Ultimately, the essential soft skill is data storytelling. Professionals have to take complex algorithmic outputs and translate them into a clear narrative that others can act on. Machines were engineered to calculate, but human beings were born to connect, empathize, and make the final critical decisions.